जब लग गुरु मिले न साचा, तब लग गुरु करो 10 पांचा।
Can one change Guru? Is it a sin to changing a Guru? After all, who is the right Guru in this path of spirituality? Who is the Tattvadarshi saint mentioned in the Gita? To know the answer to all these questions, please listen the nectar words of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi, Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, based on the holy scriptures of all religions.
बोलो सतगुरुदेव की जय। बंदी छोड़ कबीर परमेश्वर जी की जय। बंदी छोड़ गरीबदास जी महाराज जी की जय। स्वामी राम देवानंद जी गुरु महाराज जी की जय। सर्व संतों की जय, सर्व भक्तों की जय, धर्मी पुरुषों की जय, श्री काशी धाम की जय, श्री छुडानी धाम की जय, श्री क्रोथा धाम की जय, श्री बरवाला धाम की जय। सत साहिब ग्रीव नमो नमो सतपुरुष को नमस्कार। गुरु की नहीं सुर नर मुनि जन साधुआं संतों सर्वसदी नहीं। सतगुरु साहिब संत सब डंडो तुम प्रणाम। आगे पीछे मध्य हुए तिन कुंजा कुर्बान। नराकार निर्विषम काल जाल भयभंजनम। निर्लेपम निज निर्गुणम अकल अनुबेशम धुनम। सोहम सुरति समापतम सकल समान नानिर्तलय। उज्ज्वल हीरंबर हरदमम बेपरवा अथा है। वार पार नहीं मध्यतम। ग्रीव जो सुमर सिद्ध होई। गणनायक गलता ना करो अनुग्रह सोई। पारस पद परवाना। आदि गणेश मनाऊं गणनायक देवन देवा। चरण कमल लो लाऊं आदंत करूं सेवा। परम शक्ति संगीतम रिद्धिदाता सोई। अवगत गुण अतीतम सतपुरुष निर्मोही। जगदम्बा जगदीशम मंगल रूप मुरारी। तन मन अर्पों शीसम भक्ति मुक्ति भंडारी। सुर नर मुनि जन ध्यावे ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेशा। शेष शेष मुख गावे पूज्य आदि गणेशा। इंद्र कुबेर सरीखा वरुण धर्म राय ध्यावे। समर्थ जीवन जी का मन इच्छा फल पाऊं। 33 कोटि आधारा ध्यावे शेष 88। उतरे बहुजल पारा कट है यम की फांसी। 33 कोटि आधारा ध्यावे शेष 88। उतरे बहुजल पारा कट है यम की फांसी। कर जोरूं विनती करूं धरूं चरण पर शीश। गुरु जी राम देवानंद जी महाराज ने दियो नाम बख्शीश। कोटि कोटि सिजदा करूं कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। चरण कमल में राखियो मैं बंदी जाम गुलाम। कुत्ता हूँ गुरुदेव का रामपाल दास का नाम। गले प्रेम की जेवड़ी जांखें चोवा जाऊं। तो करो तो बावड़ू दूर दूर करो तो जाऊं। जो राखो तो ही रहूं। जो देव सो खाऊं। जय इब कह सतगुरु मिले। सब दुख आँखों रोए। चरणों ऊपर शीश धरूं। कहूँ जो कहनी होए। कबीर साईं मिल लेंगे। पूछेंगे कुशलात। आद अंत की सब कहूँ। अपने दिल की बातें गुरु जी तुम ना भूलियो, चाहे लाख लोग मिल जाए हमसे तुमको बहुत है, तुम जैसे हमको नहीं, तुमरे विसारे क्या बने, मैं किसकी शरण में जाऊं। शिव ब्रंच मुनि नारदा तिनके हृदय न समा, अब गुण किए तो बहुत किए, अब गुण किए तो बहुत किए, करत न मानी हारे, भावे बंदा बख्श दियो, भावे गर्दन उतार। अब गुण मेरे बाप जी बख्शो गरीब नवाज, जो मैं पूत कपूत हूँ बोर पिता को लाज, मैं अपराधी जन्म का नख सिख बरे विकार, तुम दाता दुख भंजना मेरी करो संभार।
The Supreme God, the creator of the entire universe, Kabir Dev, Kabir Sahib Ji, he is the Paramakshar Brahma, about whom it has been said in Gita Ji chapter 15 verse number 17 that Uttam Purusha tu Anya Paramatma iti udharata यह लोकत्रियम आविश्य विभर्ति अव्यय ईश्वर. In Gita Ji chapter number 15 verse number 16 there is a description of two gods. One is Kshar Purush and one is Akshar Purush. Kshar Purush is also called Kshar Brahm. Call him Purush Brahm, Ram, Sahib, Allah, God. Purush means Lord and God is similar to man, so he has given his own form to the man. Nar Narayan Dehi Paake, Jo Katya Nahi Jamka Phandre. So Purush means God, but since men also have the same appearance, we have named our 5-element body as Purush. But actually Purush means Lord. Now call him Kshar Purush or Kshar Brahm and call Akshar Purush or Akshar Brahm. In Gita Ji chapter number 15, verse number 16, there is a description of these two gods, Kshar Purush and Akshar Purush. That is Kshar Brahm and Akshar Brahm. And it has been said about them that both these Kshar Purush and Akshar Purush are perishable. The bodies of all the living beings under them are said to be perishable, and the soul is imperishable. It does not die of anyone. Then in Gita Ji chapter 15 verse 17 it has been clarified Uttam Purusha tu Anya hai. Apart from the above mentioned Kshar Purush and Akshar Purush, Supreme God is someone else. Uttam Purush means Purushottam, best Lord, Supreme God, Supreme Lord, Almighty, call Supreme, call Superior, Supreme God, Superior God is someone else, and he sustains and nourishes everyone. He is actually the imperishable God. So that Supreme God is Kabir Dev, the one who incarnated in Kashi as a weaver by playing the role of a weaver 120 years here by playing the role of a common man, left an example for us that if you want to attain God and come to my Sachkhand Satlok, and you must do actions like me, do your daily work also, your duties, karmas, that are of humans, which are the duties of a human being. One is the duty of livelihood, raising children, their upbringing, nutrition is a duty, and together with devotion is also a duty. That too should be done. The Almighty came and gave all of us true spiritual knowledge, because the Master here, who is the Kshar Purush, the two men, God, about whom information has been given in Gita Ji chapter 15 verse 16, this Kshar Purush, whom we call Kshar Purush, Shar Purush. So this Shar Purush is Brahm, he is Jyoti Niranjan, he is Kal. He is the Lord of the 21 universes, the Purush, the Master. And we are present here in one of those 21 universes. So, he has trapped all of us in 21 universes. He has trapped us in his trap. He has made a blunder in Sachkhand in Satlok, and he has to suffer the consequences of that mistake, that he eats 1 lakh human-bodied creatures daily and produces 25% extra daily. He got such a curse. He is cursed. For that he has kept us here for his food, and we kept on considering him as the supreme power, Brahm, whose name is Om, he is Kal. This Kal has completely misguided us. He has erased the name and trace of God, that Uttam Purusha tu Anya hai. Erased the name and trace of that Purushottam. He himself became God and tells everyone, I am the Lord. About this, God has said,
ज्योत स्वरूपी ये कहे निरंजन, मैं ही करता भाई, एक न करता दो ना करता, ये नो ठहराए भाई। मूला माया मग में बैठी हंसा चुन चुन खाई, और ये ज्योत स्वरूपी कहे निरंजन, मैं ही करता भाई, एक न करता दो ना करता, ये नो ठहराए भाई।
God told all these 9 incarnations, and the 10th who will come now by the name of Nihkalank.
10वां भी धुंधर में मिल जा, सत कबीर दुहाई।
That 10th incarnation of God who will come now will also get destroyed like all previous incarnations, like an arrow hit Sri Krishna Ji's leg. He died due to the poisoned arrow, and don't know how many sins and deeds they have accumulated. Similarly, Sri Ramchandra Ji attacked Ravan and got crores of people killed. That burden is placed on the king's head. And in the end, children somewhere, he himself is somewhere else, and in the end, Lord Ram ended his life by taking Jal Samadhi in the Saryu river. So God says,
एक ना करता दो ना करता, ये नो ठहराए भाई।
and the 10th will come by the name of Nihkalank at the end of Kali Yuga, and all of them will also become such useless souls at that time. Like when Parshuram Ji killed the Kshatriyas, they had become so useless, no one was feeling ashamed. No one used to do justice, used to make victims of their lust. They had created bad condition. So they also have the same end in the last. The Kal sends some such power who kills them with an axe. Then they are set and end. In this way, a new generation comes, then they set them according to themselves. Similarly, at the end of Kali Yuga, creatures will be ungrateful. A 10th incarnation named Nihkalank will incarnate. He is also called the incarnation of Vishnu. He will come and he will be born at the house of Vishnu Dutt Sharma in Simbhal city. His body will be very long, broad and strong, and his sword will be much longer. At that time, the height of the creature will be very small compared to that of an ordinary creature. Maximum 1.5 to 2 feet, bigger than 2.5 feet, will appear as a wrestler. At that time, such a situation will come, so at that time he will cut them, will kill everyone by chopping, and he too will meet the same death. He will die after getting misery. So, by spoiling his deeds, just as Kal spoils that of others, he keeps them trapped in his net. So God says,
मुल्ला माया मग में बैठी हंसा चुन चुन खाई, ये जोत स्वरूपी कह निरंजन। मैं ही करता भाई, एक ना करता, दो ना करता, 9 ठहराए भाई, और 10वां भी धुंधर में मिल जा, सत्य कबीर दुहाई।
Sat means imperishable. The imperishable Supreme Soul is Kabir, and there is no other God who is imperishable. He is Paramakshar Brahma. That Supreme God, Kabir Dev Ji, came and made us innocent souls who were doing different types of spiritual practices on the basis of knowledge confused by Kal. It is a conspiracy of Kal, God, to keep us trapped in the web of Kal. God Kabir exposed that conspiracy by coming. Now what knowledge does God give us?
राम नाम रटते रहो, राम नाम रटते रहो, जब तक घट में प्राण, कभू तो दीन दयाल के भनक पड़ेगी कान।
Almighty Kabir Dev Ji did the rehearsal, did a role, played the role of a weaver, and at the same time he used to propagate his knowledge as an enlightened saint. He also used to do his daily work like a normal human being, like a human. In every era, God departs by showing such divine spectacle to us. He incarnates bodily and departs bodily. So he had given us this knowledge that first of all you are doing devotion wrong. You have considered this Kal as God, the one who is the master of 21 universes, who has trapped you here, stopped you. And this Kal God has trapped all of us creatures here by force through his 3 sons, Rajgun Brahma, Sadgun Vishnu, Tamogun Shiv Ji, like in verses 3 to 5 of Gita Ji, chapter 14, the knowledge giver of Gita, this Kal is speaking after entering in Sri Krishna Ji. Brahma is speaking, Lord of the 21 universe. Kshar Purush is speaking. He says, Durga Prakriti is my wife, and I plant the seed in her vagina, from which all beings are born. I am the father of all, and Durga Prakriti is the mother of all. And the 3 gunas born of this nature, born of Durga, Rajgun Brahma, Satgun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji. These creatures keep the souls trapped here on the basis of deeds. They keep them tied. God came and told that here also Kal has escaped his liability and blamed Brahma and Vishnu. This burden was placed on their head on 3 qualities, that they only trap living beings. God says,
ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश्वर माया और ये काल, इसको धर्मराय भी बोलते हैं, और धर्मराया कहिए, इन पांचों मिल प्रपंच बनाया, इन पांचों मिल प्रपंच बनाया, वाणी हमारी लहिए।
so by souls through all the three gunas, Rajguna Brahma, Satguna Vishnu, Tamguna Shivji, he has kept you and all of us trapped here. Rajguna Brahma was born equipped with Rajgun. From his quality, the power that is coming out from inside him has such a tremendous action on us that every living being gives birth to children. It is not in the control of this creature. So much pressure has been filled inside it. Automatically he becomes intoxicated, like someone had consumed cannabis, or if he has drunk alcohol, then it is not in his control how he keeps his feet stumbling, how he talks, how he walks, and don't know what wrong deed he might do. Similarly, the living beings who come under the influence of this Kal in his 21 universes give birth to children. And by the power of Satoguna Lord Vishnuji, we remain attached to each other here due to affection. This is not in the capability of the living being. Attachment to son, to daughter, to husband, wife, attachment to wife, attachment to husband, to parents, property, or attachment to any other creature, then it is not in the control of the soul. We are compelled to do this under the pressure and influence of that quality of Satguna Vishnu Ji. And this is how Shankar Ji kills us, as we get high BP due to his quality. We get angry, we are inspired by that quality, and don't know how much oppression happens. Kings fight, so many wars, they get millions of people killed. So in the same way, we have children from Rajguna Brahma, and here the desire for worldly facilities and pleasures is due to the influence of this Rajguna. We want to have a car, a house, a good arrangement, a lot of money. Then it is not in our control. For souls, so Supreme God Kabir Dev Ji comes and introduces us to the trap of this Kal, and then gives another opportunity to the ones who are intelligent by coming in the fourth era. This is the middle generation of the fourth era. Now the door of salvation is open. Now those who live their lives by staying in dignity, following the mantra of these 3 syllables, and the first mantra given by this slave doing true devotion, will get salvation, and we will go there to Satlok. Satlok is the place where there is no destruction, and the creature who goes there does not die or get old. Zara means old age. Old age is the biggest havoc on this creature. And then death. Death is the worst of all. No creature wants death. No one. Everyone knows it, and yet death is definite. Death will definitely happen. Why don't we want it? Because the soul realizes that it didn't used to die. His body, which was there, doesn't used to destroy. There was no death inside Satlok. There was no such thing as death. Neither there was old age. But this cannot happen here at all. Not even in heaven, not even in great heaven, not even in Brahmalok, not in the world of Parabrahma. Old age and death cannot end. And we cannot be happy until and unless our death ends. So Satlok is an ocean of happiness, where there is no sorrow, no pain. There is similar creation and we have the same human-like body. Till now, all the saints, sects, sages, great sages, due to ignorance, they did not get the introduction of God, they did not get the audience of God. So on the basis of ignorance, hearsay knowledge from legends, on the basis of folk Vedas, they propagated that God is formless. Even in Satlok, Satpurush has also been described as formless, only light has been described. This is certainly false. And those who have taken the contract of Sachkhand, this Radha Swami Panth of Sachkhand, the people of Dhandanga Sadguru Panth, what is the name of this? Jai Gurudev's Panth, and this Kripal Mission, etc., Thakurji, all these belong to the same lineage of Radha Swami Panth. They are further propagating the same knowledge of Radha Swami sect, and they don't even know about ABCD, about Sachkhand. And Satlok, they say that inside Sachkhand there is only light, God is formless, and the soul merges with the Supreme Soul like a drop dissolves in the ocean. By souls, if there is such a system that there is no God, He is incorporeal. So what will we take after going there? What shall we do? We are yearning for God. We are wandering in the desire of God, to have His audience, to see Him. So this principle that they created is of inexperienced persons, those who have never seen God even in their dreams. God has told that there are very beautiful gardens, evergreen trees, fruitful trees, very beautiful nuts, very good tasty nuts, delicious and evergreen fruits. Autumn never comes, there is no birth or death, and souls remain forever young. And like here, there also you will have children. They will never die. You love your children so much, and children love their parents, brothers and sisters so much. There is so much of love for each other. So pious souls, this is love. It is a good thing, but by dying slowly here, don't know whose number will come and when will come. The rest of the family starts crying bitterly and makes a sad ambience. Nothing seems to work. So make this aim of your life. We have to do something for our livelihood also, and then we have to die too. Tie this knot, that is, note down a special important point at a special place that we will have to die. And those whom we are considering as our own, we will have to leave them too. So how are they ours? How are they ours? Not son is ours, not daughter is ours, not even a car or a house. God says,
जब काया तेरी है नहीं, इस माया के चिचड़ हो रहे, माया कहाँ से हो?
how can these assets be yours?
तो चरण कमल में ध्यान रखो, इन दोनों ने खो.
Means neither this body is yours, nor money is yours. So to lose it means to lose faith in it. It is not yours. So we have to leave from here, and it is said,
जहाँ आशा ता बासा होई, मन कर्म वचन सुमरियो सोई.
now as your faith remained in the children at the time of death, and you have done true devotion after coming here, then you will get human birth, you will come to your son, daughter, and will take birth as grandson, granddaughter. And if there is a devotionless creature, then they will get animal birth, they will become a dog in that street. Then he will be hit by a chili in the back with a stick. If they enter inside, if they try to enter the house, so keep in mind that they are not yours, these are the children of God. And we are their servants. That God has given us a job for the upbringing of these children. They are children of the Almighty. So you will not have any attachment to them. But this thing will be set very late. It will come to an end because by listening knowledge and by increasing the devotion, automatically such a system will be formed in the mind. You cannot accept them as your own even if you want to. Firstly, there is knowledge. Only knowledge cannot make things right. But even without knowledge, it is not made, because with knowledge you will know. And with the mantra given to you to chant, when you do this remembrance too much, then with the combination of these two, when you will die in the last, your faith should not remain in wealth, not even should remain in children. You will go away automatically. Such a situation will happen through this process. So at that time, this knowledge will also be with you. And on the basis of knowledge, you will not be tempted by your children. Even if you want to, well, it won't happen and you won't even want to. You will put your consideration on the top abode. You will concentrate on going to Satlok. Otherwise, the same cycle will continue here. So at that time, this knowledge will help you a lot.
कोट जन्म तन भर मत होगे कुछ ना हाथ लग्या रे कुकर सुकर खरबया बोरे कौआ हंस बुगारे कोटि जन्म तू राजा की न मिटी न मन की आशा भिक्षुक होके दर दर घूम लिया मिला न निर्गुण रासा इंद्र कुबेर ईश की पदवी ब्रह्मा वर्ण धर्मराया विष्णुनाथ के लोक को जाकर तू फिर भी वापस आया असंग जन्म तन मर्त्या होगे जीवित क्यों न मरे रे द्वादश मध्य महल मठ बोरे बहुर न दे धरे रे दो जग बहिष्ट सभी ते देखे राजपाट के रसिया तीन लोक से तरपत नाही ये मन भोगी खसिया सतगुर मिले तो इच्छा मेटे पद मिल पदे समान चल हंसा उस लोक पठाऊं जो आदि अमर अस्थान चार मुक्ति जहाँ चंपी करती माया होरी दासी दास गरीब अभय पद पर से वो मिले राम अविनाशी.
Now, my souls, when you leave your body from here, these are the points, a trick to get out of Kal's trap, which you are warned through discourses, and you have to apply these formulas when the exam comes. Right now, you are a student. You will also have an exam because the end time when death will happen is the time when you will have that exam. And how can you be successful in that examination? So these methods have been told. So at that time, this word must have been accumulated in your heart, and this knowledge will continue to give you tremendous support. And the devotion that you must have done in a systematic manner, that earning will put such a tremendous pressure on you that in a fraction of a second, you will reach the Bhavar cave. Now they make stories that will go there like this or that. No. With your earnings, you will get so quickly, because from where do we have to move? You have to go to the Mool Chakra first. And then from the Mool Chakra to Trikuti. This is the procedure to come till Trikuti. After going to Trikuti, you will get your account cleared there. God will be with you in the form of the servant. Then you will feel that knowledge will become your base. Like when you will die, the one who is without devotion, his misery happens. He will see scary faces with black and long teeth, and his heart will burst and urine comes out of fear. Why do you bathe the deceased? That's the reason the deceased bathe after death. Earlier no one used to bathe. Now additionally they started going to burn and give bath first to prepare. Here, wake up and do cremation. Why did the deceased need to take a bath? It has to be mixed. in the soil, still he gets bathed because he is in a bad condition in urine. After bathing and washing it, they go to cremate him, and for those who do devotion, death will be like a dream. As you are going in a dream, and the dream is also good, of happiness, as if you are going to satsang and will reach Trikuti. Going to Trikuti, the value of your Satnam, the earnings of devotion, will start from there. Your account will be cleared there. There is Om mantra in Satnam and the other is Tat symbolic. Those who have received mantra know. So the devotional earnings of chanting Om mantra and the religious, sacrificial, holy rituals that you are getting done here, whatever devotional wealth you have accumulated from devotion will be left to this Kal Brahma. And then he will free us from here. It has been said in Gita Ji chapter 18 verse 66 that Sarvadharman Paritajamam Ekam Sharanam Vraj Ahem Tva Sarvapapebhya Mokshyabhi Mashuch. Now this knowledge giver of Gita, Brahmakal, is saying that relinquish whatever religious practices you have done of my level. He says in the 13th verse of 8th chapter, Om iti ekaksharam Brahma vyaharan mam anusamran ye prayati tajam deham sayhati paramam gatim. This Kal says that I have only one syllable mantra Om, nothing else. And the one who does my level of worship of the mantra of Om, the benefit that comes from Om, he gets that state, that ultimate salvation is achieved. Then in Gita Ji chapter 17 verse 23 it has been said that the Supreme Person who is mentioned in Gita Ji chapter 15 verse 17, Paramakshar Brahma, is other than Kshar Purush and Akshar Purush. It is said that the Supreme God is another. To get his mantra, his devotion, to go to his world, that is, there is an effort to attain the God whom we worship. So what activities we have to do to get that Almighty, that Tat Brahma, Paramakshar Brahma? There's 3 syllables mantra to chant in Bhagavad Gita chapter 17 verse 23. Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshah brahmane trividha smritah. Brahmana ten vedah cha yagyah cha vihitah pura. So the point is that to go to the world of that Paramakshar Brahma, Sachidanand Ghana Brahma, to attain him, the 3 mantras are chanted. Om Tat Sat. Om is of Brahma and Tat is symbolic. This is of Akshar Purush, that is Parabrahma. And Sat is also indicative and the servant will tell. This is the mantra of Paramakshar Brahma. So when you go to Trikuti, there are 2 syllables inside the Satnam, the devotional learning of Om mantra and the religious rituals that you are getting done here. All these worships are said in Gita chapter 18 verse 66 that Sarvadharman Paritajamam means relinquishing all the worships of my level. Dharman means devotion, worship, holy rituals, all worship of my level. Paritaj, leave here. Mam means in me, and Ekam Sharanam Vraj. Ekam means one who has no one equal. Ekam means go to the shelter of that unique Paramakshar Brahma. Vraj means go. Apart from the servant, all the translators of Gita Ji have explained the meaning of the word Vraj as come in verse number 66 of Gita Ji, chapter number 18, while Vraj means to go. So here the meaning of the entire Gita changes. Its U-turn happens. So past souls, now you are getting this knowledge. Then through this knowledge, when you will reach Trikuti, so there you will have God in the form of this servant and will clear your account you have earned by chanting this Om mantra. Otherwise, they will distract you. Kal has a very strong trap. Kal has created many dangerous traps on the way up. Somewhere such nice restaurants have been made. Nymphs are dancing. One or two are roaming alone in the forest. Means the vices that are inside the mind have full weapons there to trap the mind. So God will be there with you. Then you will not have the courage to keep your eyes here and there and think nonsense. Because God has to take you to Satlok. And now here some ignorants say that we will do devotion at home. Because here when you come to satsang, you are explained again and again. When a student comes or a serious patient comes, he does not throw tantrums. Because we should see our purpose. And here he gets distracted by seeing his fault and actions in others. Then what does the innocent man say? That I will do devotion at home. The Almighty says,
सतगुर संगत छोड़ के चे लाख वर्ष जप कीन, इंद्री कर्म ना मोक्ष होए, फिर काल का अधीन.
You are given an example when the Supreme God departed from Maghar. Durga herself came on the way in the form of a beautiful woman and started saying to God, maintain a relationship with me. You are a very complete man. You are very strong. You are handsome. Then God started saying that I am very familiar with your trap. You keep going from here. After being tired, she gave up and went away while abusing. So past souls in the same way, when a creature who has done devotion for 4-5 years or 3 years by staying in dignity according to the instructions of the servant and then breaks the rule, regulation but does not become a traitor, the traitor will be destroyed straight away. He will straight go to hell, so that devotee will again get trapped in the way. Then he does not know where. The Kal will take him, will make him a deity and then make him a donkey by getting his virtues finished. It is said,
इन बातां क्या पाइए कर सतगुरु नजर निहाल.
in the eyes of Satguru it is said, God says, keep such a feeling. We should be like a monk when we come to the satsang. We should have humility because not all are devotees here. Devotee does not mean that he has taken the initiation. One does not become a devotee just by taking initiation. After initiating them, they are made into devotees by getting them rehearsed here, by heating them in this furnace, by hitting them with the words of satsang. So the new as well as the old devotees come here. So new devotees are also devotees, but saintliness has not come to them yet. So it is not sensible to have an estrangement with them and to go away from here. So after realizing your purpose, your behavior will gradually improve, then others will automatically start correcting their behavior with you. So in this way, society will also improve, and the ego which is inside you is the biggest enemy of the soul will be destroyed too. Here you are made to sit on a mat on the floor and you are made to prostrate to God. It is this arrogance of this Kal that has made us ill, filled with disease, put vices, defects and gold in pure gold. So that defect is removed by heating it here, and until these vices don't come out, devotion will not happen. There was a Brahmin named Nityanand. His childhood name was Nandlal, and he used to work as Tehsildar at the Nawab of Narnaul. It is a matter of 250 to 245 years ago from today. At that time, firstly, Brahmins were number one, and secondly, Tehsildar. 250 years ago, Tehsildar used to have more power than today's DC and used to ride on a horse. His fortune rose one day. His parents had died. There were no brothers and sisters. He was brought up by his maternal grandfather, who held a high post with the Nawab of Narnaul. He also got his grandson posted there and also got married. One day he listened to satsang at night. He was born in a Brahmin clan, had so much pride. Arrogance means pride. He was so arrogant that earlier there used to be so much arrogance in Brahmins, they used to escape from other castes. They considered themselves to be the best. Secondly, the post of Tehsildar, and it has become a double defect. And because of that fear, those who are virtuous, their desire for God is also different. He listened to the satsang at night, could not sleep. That brother, we got the human body for devotion to God. And as many saints as there are, these saints give knowledge in abundance to inspire, but they don't have a solution. He got so inspired by that discourses, he thought that tomorrow he will take initiation in his ashram. The ashram there was a little outside the city. From Narnaul, there was a small cottage. It was an ashram. That saint used to come there. And he was Saint Gumani Das Ji, the worshipper of Vishnu Ji. So Nityanand Ji thought that if you would take initiation today, if I go to someone's house here today, I will be insulted. Saints had come, he was doing satsang at someone's house which was a little distance from Nityanand Ji's palace. So he was ashamed that people would laugh at me if I go there and take the initiation. I will be insulted. Firstly, Tehsildar, and above all a Brahmin. He thought that getting up on time, I would go quickly. When Swamiji would go there to his cottage in the evening, Swamiji went away after doing 2 hours of satsang. So early in the morning, I will go to the village. There will be no person from the city there. Early in the morning, Nityanand Ji means Nandlal Ji. Later, Gumani Das Ji named him Nityanand, was riding on a horse and going towards the ashram. From there, Swami Maharaj Ji of that place was going for a walk from his ashram on the same way, and he had tied a cloth on his head at night. That bald head was not visible, which he had shaved. And in the morning, he was roaming around in such an easy mood without putting any clothes on his head. Nityanand came from there. Now, Brahmins used to consider many omens as bad omens. So Nandlal means Nityanand Ji thought that today I am going for auspicious work, salvation of my life, going to take initiation. And where did this wretched man came early in the morning with his head shaved? He has made all the bad omens for me. Usually what used to be done in this situation, they used to turn back. That let's not take it today. But he was so convinced, so inspired in his heart that I have to take the initiation. Don't know, I might die tomorrow. This thing will get worse. He was so determined because the past rituals also give inspiration. He was a virtuous soul. He thought that I should not go back. So he thought with his own thinking that I will destroy this bad omen. He was coming on a horse in such a long time. Everything was thought out, and the saint who had come to visit was a Gumani Das himself. Stopping the horse near him, and he hit him on the head with both fingers like this, katakat, and said in such a way that, wretched, where have you come from? I was going for a very important work. You have to come today only after getting your head shaved. That saint thought this man looked like a gentleman. And what did he do to me? But saints don't pay much attention because do not know how many meet like this in a day. Some are abusing, some are agreeing. The saint went. Now Nityanand stopped the horse there and tied it to a tree. And 1 or 2 disciples used to live there. 2 or 4 of them had placed a seat outside. Guruji used to come and sit there. After taking a bath, some visitors used to come. He used to give them audience, used to give them initiation. The seat was placed, sacks, etc. were placed for those sitting in front. Now Nityanand asked, brother, where is Maharaj ji? There the disciple said, sit down. Sit down, sir, he will come now. He will come. He sat down right in front. Now Gumani Das ji, after roaming, came from another side after taking a bath in the pond and sat on the seat. When their eyes met, Nityanand thought that he is the same Maharaj whom he had hit with the finger on the way. He bowed his neck and got ashamed that I destroyed it, and now he won't give initiation. He necked down that saint might not be able to recognize the horse is tied, and he had already recognized it. Now Gumani Das ji has understood that the devotee is ashamed now. So he started saying, brothers and children, when a person goes to buy a pot from a potter, he thumps it. When he goes to buy a pot worth of 1 anna, he thumps it like this and sees whether it is genuine or false. Is there any defect in this? And son, you thumped Guruji to check, so what is the problem? You had to deal with life. Nityanand ji fell at saint's feet and held his feet and said, Maharaj ji, forgive me. Then he told the whole story that after listening to your satsang, I could not sleep at night. And I didn't recognize you because I was listening to your words from far away in the night. And I could not go back because I had to take initiation. So that's why, according to me, to remove that omen, bad omen, and to reach you, it was all my wrongdoing. Please forgive me. Gumani Das ji said, son, I have forgiven. Now initiation has been given. He heard the knowledge and chanted mantra. After a few days, his wife also died. Now, holy souls, you take these stories in your heart, draw conclusions from it. You come here, you have taken the initiation, and if the calf of buffalo dies, then they will say, what is the use of the mantra? Our calf of buffalo has died, a human being has to die, the family member has to die. Now God has diverted it in the calf of a buffalo. Buffalo will give 1 or 2 calves in some other time. But you won't get this human life again, so our intellect is not even worthy of devotion now. We come only for a little bit of selfishness, no problem. God says,
कोई बेसग जय कोई भक्ति करे कपटते उसको भी अपनाऊं और श्याम दाम दंड भेद से फिर सीधे मार्ग लाऊं.
And there Nityanand's wife died. And what did he celebrate? That, oh Lord, it got better. It just got better. I will get rid. Now we have to put knowledge ahead if salvation has to be attained. If you want to take worldly benefits, that is your pleasure. This God will not leave any shortage. But along with this, knowledge is also being given. That will be narrated shortly. So after that, Nityanand ji got knowledge, and the pressure of devotion had a great effect on him, whatever devotion his guru gave him. Because these people give any mantra, like there is Om. Om is the mantra, powers come from this too. Like Gayatri Mantra, this is Yajurved, chapter 36, mantra number 3. They spoiled it by prefixing the word Om and made it Gayatri Mantra. If you keep chanting this mantra again and again, you will surely get some powers, but salvation won't happen. So after a few days like this, Nityanand Ji was completely convinced. Then he has told his experience that
ब्राह्मण कुल में जन्म था, मैं करता बहुत मरोड़े, गुरु गुमानी दास ने भाई दिया को बदगढ़ तोड़े। होय होय।
he is saying that I was born in a Brahmin family and used to have ego a lot. And Guru Gumani Das ने भाई दिया कुबदगढ़ तोड़. Gad means fort. It was fort of ego, born in a Brahmin's house and posted as Tahsildar. It is said that I had fort of ego and the saint broke it. And now I have found the true path and got subdued. Now the same Nityanand says,
सिर सौंपया गुरुदेव को, सफल होया यो शीस, और नित्यानंद शीस पे इब आप बसे जगदीश।
so such thoughts again arose in him. So after coming here, you should not have any kind of disorders that hinder devotion. Ego is the biggest enemy of the soul, be it any kind. Here, be like a sick person who gets the answer from the local hospitals that you go to the PGI Chandigarh or All India Institute Delhi and get your checkup done. That man's heart bursts from here. So no matter how high the post he's on, and no matter how much wealth he has, how rich he may be, and being on any post he forgets everything. He only sees his life. So pious souls, we have got this chronic disease of birth and death, and the disease of old age and death. Until it is not treated, do not consider yourself safe. Don't consider yourself healthy. So this is a worldly form hospital. You have come here, you have found entry in this hospital of God. So you will have to stay in this hospital till your last breath. Will have to keep getting checkups done, will have to come here till the last breath. When you die, you will get rid of this hospital. Those whose treatment is completed, they will go to Satlok after getting healthy. Those who remained incomplete, they can be admitted again, they can get their birth again, those who are living in dignity. But try that this birth cycle does not increase. Don't know if you would be born again in Nigeria, born in Japan, in America, born in Europe. All nonsense over there. God is nowhere close, and you will become the president of that place because the virtues you have collected from here have been stored. Now Kal will throw you away according to its own way. You will live for 10 years, will make you prime minister for 4 years, spoil all your deeds, then you will become a donkey. So here it is being reminded that when you will leave from here, when you will go to Satlok, first of all, you will pass through these chakras and reach Trikuti. So there you will find God in the form of this servant, whom will meet God, who will accept this servant as a guru for whole life.
आप सुन रहे थे जगत गुरु तत्वदर्शी संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी के मंगल प्रवचन। अधिक जानकारी के लिए विजिट कीजिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.jagatgururampalji.org। संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी के शुभ आशीर्वाद से पूरे विश्व भर में 500 से भी ज्यादा नाम दीक्षा केंद्र हैं, जिन पर संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी द्वारा ऑनलाइन निशुल्क नाम दीक्षा दी जा रही है। अपने नजदीकी नाम दीक्षा केंद्र का पता करने के लिए संपर्क करें 8222880541।